Hey guys, it's Jade and welcome back to another video on my channel. So in today's video, we are going to be doing, as you guys can tell by the title, a prom get ready with me. So obviously, since we are in quarantine, I am not going to actual prom right now, which is kind of sad. It is my senior prom this year, but my friends still wanted to use the dresses that we spent all this money on, and so we're all gonna get ready and go take pictures, and also my boyfriend's gonna come over and also take a picture with me in the dress and all the stuff like that. So I thought I would film a prom get ready with me with you guys, just so that in future years you guys can use this, and because I think it would be fun, and even if you're not going to prom this year, it's still so fun to get ready for it and do all your makeup for it. And so I thought I would share with you guys what I'm doing. So first off, I did this about an hour or two ago. I did my nails. This hand is really ratchet. This is the first time I've ever painted my nails myself, okay? Give me a pass. But this hand looks pretty good, and the only color I had was white. And so I did this really pretty, it's the OPI Alpine White shade, and then with just like a clear Sally Hansen like top coat on it. So I actually really like how these turned out. As far as skincare, I kind of did my normal skincare routine in the morning. I can share that with you guys really quickly. So this is kind of my skincare routine for like glowy but not oily skin. I didn't want to use any products that were too abrasive that would cause my skin to be red, even though I do have some pretty bad breakouts right now. We don't need to talk about it. I still just wanted to kind of do a pretty simple skincare routine. So I started with the First Aid Beauty Pure Skin Facial Cleanser. Then I went in with the Dermalogica Clear Start All Over Toner. Then to help minimize the size of my pores and deal with some redness and just like to have some, help with oil control, I used the Good Molecules Niacinamide Serum. I then let that soak in for a second and then went in with the Derma E Hydrating Eye Cream. And then topped it all off with the Good Molecules Silicone Free Priming Moisturizer. This is a great moisturizer to use if you're planning on wearing makeup. And it is just awesome because it's silicone free, which so many primers have silicone in them. Silicone, it's not good for your skin. And lastly, for my lips, I just put on the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask and have been letting that kind of soak in. That stuff is so good. For my primer, I'm first gonna start by using the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This stuff is really awesome. It's like a purple primer. I'm just gonna do one pump. It's pretty liquidy, but I feel like this gives a really like luminous and long-lasting base to my makeup. It's nice and tacky, which is good. This definitely is not very pore filling, but that is why I used the silicone-free priming moisturizer from Good Molecules earlier today and have been letting that soak in because I think that that does a really good job of filling in my pores. I'd also like to point out the fact that I am just definitely not a beauty guru and don't like know all the things about makeup, so this will not be a very crazy insane makeup look, but it'll be a perfect one if you are more of like an intermediate beginner gal like me and you love playing with makeup and love doing your own makeup, but you're not very good at it. So I'm gonna let that soak and soak in, but I'm going to give it a quick spritz of the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I use this stuff several times throughout my makeup routine because I think it just, oh, it does a great job. I love this stuff. It's amazing. Yeehaw. And yes, I use a Sephora bag as a fan because what can you do? So that's all nice and dry, and I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Becca Shimmering Skin Liquid Perfector stuff in the shade Opal, and I like to put a little tiny bit of this underneath my foundation when I go to fancy things like prom and homecoming and stuff like that, because I just think it gives a really kind of luminous, like super dewy look to the skin. I'm not going to put this everywhere, but just on places like my cheeks and a little bit on my forehead where I want to be especially dewy and luminous. I'm just gonna rub a little bit of this in. So just kind of adding that to the high points of my face. And what I'm going to do to kind of, you know, blend this out, make it a little bit more subdued and not too intense, is I actually have this Eco Tools blending sponge, and I never use this for foundation. I only use this for kind of patting in my primers and like this type of stuff, just to kind of get it nice and in my skin, if that makes sense. So for foundation, we're going to be using the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I just got this stuff and I really like it. They sent it to me in PR. It is a little dark for me, okay? So it is not going to match my very pale chest, but we're gonna try our best to blend it out. I'm actually gonna take off this necklace so that I'll be able to blend it out a little bit easier. But I do really love the coverage on this. It's super long lasting, as well as I just think it does a really, really good job. And so I've been wearing it the last couple days and playing around with it and really like it. So I do still want like obviously a pretty full coverage and long lasting makeup look, because this is a prom get ready with me. I want to, you know, go a little bit more all out and full glam, but I definitely don't want to add you don't want to do too much foundation or too many base products, because you don't want to look cakey. You can still get really good coverage and not have to use a ton of product if you use a good full coverage product like this. And make sure to add some obviously to your neck area. We'll blend that out in a second. I know I look stupid right now. So I'm actually going to turn off the camera so that I don't use all of my SD card and blend this out, because it takes me a hot sec, and then I'll come back when I'm done. All right guys, so I just blended out my foundation. I feel like, I don't know, when I tried to blend it down on my chest and it just looks really weird, but you know, I'm trying my best here. For concealer, I honestly wish I had a better concealer with me, but again, I can't go to the stores to buy more. Oh, my nose is itching. We're gonna be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 10. This stuff is really good because it is a lot lighter than my foundation shade, and so it really does help brighten up the skin. I'm just gonna do 3 little lines underneath my eyes, another line up my nose, and kind of in a V in between my eyebrows. And then I'm kind of just going to go over any areas that are extra red or breaking out and having issues, like above my mouth. Oh, that was a lot. And then we're just going to continue blending that out. Also, another tip that I have for you guys for getting ready for prom or events like this, since you know you're doing your makeup before you put on your dress and do your hair and stuff like that, put on a zip up hoodie like this. Like, this is a full zip little hoodie I got from Walmart. And that is just so easy, because then you can just zip it off, put on your dress, and not have to like, what am I trying to say? Not have to like lift like a t-shirt over your head and mess up your makeup and your hair. So just a little formal getting ready tip from yours truly. So I love this concealer. I feel like it is just such a good drugstore option. If you guys want to see more makeup videos and tutorials on my channel about my favorite products and stuff like that, I'd love to do it. Obviously, I'm not a beauty guru, but I do love, love, love playing with makeup. And I do get some in PR, and I love to test it out for you guys. Now, to set my face, I will be using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. This stuff is so good, and it's a really great kind of dupe for the Laura Mercier powder, because Laura Mercier powder is really expensive. I am not going to bake, but I am gonna do a little bit more setting underneath my eyes and like in these creases of my nose, because they do tend to crease a little bit more and get a little bit more oily. So I'm going to take this powder brush, Flawless Face Brush from e.l.f. actually. I just think it's a really good density to kind of like pack on some powder in those, sorry I spilled some on my powder on myself, underneath the eyes. So I'll just kind of let that sit for like a second or two, not like 10 minutes like some people do. And then I just take this Real Techniques blush brush. Actually, it's a really fluffy, awesome powder brush. And I kind of just sweep that really lightly and just kind of start to blend in circular motions this powder away, so it doesn't get too white. This powder is literally awesome. You can get it on Amazon for like $5.99. And I know you're not really supposed to order Amazon beauty products, but I have literally never had a problem with this powder coming in and being weird. And then I'm just gonna take, I dump it in the lid by the way, a little more of that and just kind of dust it all over my face, because I do have more oily skin, but I don't want to do too much powder to where it, you know, kind of loses that dewy effect. All right, so I'm just gonna pat under my eyes and make sure everything feels nice and set, but not too powdery. We'll just kind of run over that again. And so that is kind of what the base looks like of my makeup routine. Now we're going to go into powder bronzer. I don't really do any contour. I kind of just contour with bronzer kind of in the same step. So this obviously is the infamous Benefit Hoola bronzer. And I don't do anything too intense, especially because this foundation is already pretty dark. But I am going to use just a little fluffy brush. I got these off Amazon like years ago. But I do really like this brush. I'm just going to tap into that, tap off the excess, and just kind of really lightly make this super diffused kind of contour, kind of bronzing, using the extra to kind of go around my forehead and obviously under my chin. All right, so I don't nose contour. I don't know how to do that, but I do take a little bit of bronzer and just kind of run it down the sides really quickly to just kind of add some warmth there. For blush, I'm actually been loving this one recently. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. Literally the prettiest, like, peachy, corally color ever. I never thought I'd be like an orangey, corally blush person, but this is so luminous and so pretty. And it literally, I've been using this more than my Benefit Dandelion, and you guys know I've loved Benefit Dandelion for like 4 years. So it's a big deal that I have found a drugstore blush that has replaced my favorite blush. And the brush I'm going to be using is the EcoTools Precision Blush Brush. Again, I just think it's a perfect size and does the job really well. For highlighter, we are going to whip out the Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit. This is kind of my like bougie, if I want to really like bling highlighter. And so I'm actually going to take a mixture of Summer and Moonstone, which is like the gold shade, and the kind of more pinky tone shade, using this Real Techniques contour brush. I literally never use brushes for what they're actually meant to be for. And so I'm just going to dip into those, I just got a lot of that all over myself, and then hit those high points of the cheek. I don't use this every day, obviously, because it's just a little bit too blingy for me, but like, look at that, holy mother. So now that we have pretty much all of the base done, I am going to go in again with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water and just give my face a good spritz of this to kind of get this set and get this looking dewy again. And this is what we're looking like. Very dewy, very bronzed and pretty. Hopefully it's not too dark. I hope not. Now we are going to go into the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I do not use eyeshadow primer every day, but it's a special day, so we're gonna use it. All right, so we're just gonna set the eyeshadow base in the Tartelette in Bloom palette, which you guys know is like a cult classic favorite for me. This little Flower Child shade. I have hit pan on this shade. This is just like kind of my favorite neutral shade to just kind of lay down the base. Now, I have not planned this makeup look at all. I'm just kind of doing things as I go. So I'm just gonna open up a couple different palettes and think about what I might want to do. So I'm really into warm tone shadows, but I think I kind of want to do a little bit more of a cool toned-ish neutral look, because I have been kind of vibing with that recently, not gonna lie. So I'm going to start off by taking this Real Techniques brush. This is the base eyeshadow brush. It's just kind of a fluffy, square-shaped brush. And then go into the Lorac Nude Necessities palette and kind of make a mixture of this more cool toned light brown and this more warm toned light brown, and just do a nice little kind of crease shade. I'm gonna make sure I get the brush nice and coated and kind of just go in there. I like to focus more on that outer side to make that V, but this is just kind of popping it in the crease and a little bit on the lid. I'm gonna go a little bit more into that warmer tone shade and kind of just warm up that outer V. Now, staying in the Lorac Nude Necessities palette, I'm going to use this kind of deeper neutral brown shade on this corner. This is a pretty light palette overall, and I'm not gonna do anything too deep or smoky because I don't wanna mess it up. But I am going to use a little bit of this darker shade on this e.l.f. detail crease brush to kind of just darken out this outer corner and kind of deepen up the crease a little bit. Now to kind of blend those shades all together, I'm just going to use a clean, like kind of really fluffy blender brush and just kind of go over that again. I just like everything to look really diffused, really blended. Sorry, I'm kind of slouching down. I'll sit up more. Now using this kind of thicker pencil brush, I'm going to again use this, a mixture of these two, but a little bit more on the cool tone side, these lighter shades that we used in the crease, and kind of just really lightly sweep them under my eyes. Anytime I try to do too much under the eyes, it just like, it just looks like a raccoon. But I wanted to do a little bit just to kind of not make it look so abrupt. Now I love to do a nice shimmer shade kind of in like the middle, like eyelid portion of my eyes, but I have a couple different ones I want to try out. So I'm going to do some swatches from a couple different palettes and pick which one I want to use. Oh, this is about to fall. Alright, so now dipping into the James Charles X Morphe Mini palette. We are going to be using this shimmer shade right here in the middle to kind of just pack on the crease area right here. I do usually just do this with my finger because I feel like it gives the best color payoff. And then blend it out again with just a clean blender sponge. So using my middle finger, I'm just gonna kind of pack and sweep that on. Come on, give me some sparkle. Oh, there you are, I see you, I see you. So I focus this mainly on the center of my eyelid, kind of going more towards the middle because that deeper shade is on the outside. All right, so taking that clean blender brush again, I'm just gonna diffuse the edges of that and try not to mess up too much of the shimmer, but make sure all my eyeshadow is blended out. Now going into the Tartelette & Bloom palette again, I'm going to use this little Morphe pencil brush and dip into the shade Charmer. It's a kind of a really nice, hello? In the Tartelette & Bloom palette with the Morphe pencil brush, I'm going to dip into this shade Charmer. It's a really nice kind of more neutral toned white shade, and just put that right in my inner corner. Got a little too much there for a second. And then I do just kind of like to run over that with a clean shader brush just so it's not too, you know, out there. Then dipping into this little NARS duo, I'm going to use the Hot Sand blush that I actually use as a highlighter with a little Morphe brush, and kind of just highlight that brow bone again. I think this is just a really neutral, pretty highlight shade. And run over that. And sometimes I do sweep just a little bit on that inner corner to give that white a little bit of shine. Have no idea how to do eyebrows. I'm horrible at them. I don't know how to do it. But I am gonna put on, and I usually just don't do anything to my brows and just leave them. But I am gonna do a little bit of eyebrow gel. This is the Essence Make Me Brow. I have been really liking this stuff. It is a fiber eyebrow gel. And so I'm just gonna sweep a little bit over over my eyebrows to just give them, oh, already put too much. A little bit more definition and just a little bit more hold. But I can't do eyebrows. Like, it's just so hard for me. All right, guys, so my camera actually overheated and needed to just take a chill pill for a second. So I finished my makeup really quickly. All I did was do my mascara, top and bottom, with, I'll show you guys my mascara. The L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And then for lips, I went in with the Revlon cream lipstick in the shade Bare It All. It's just a really pretty nude color. And then I topped it with, this is my favorite combination, is this Revlon lipstick and this e.l.f. lip plumping gloss. It is so pretty in the shade Champagne Glam. It has a really pretty, like, kind of mentholy feeling to it, and I don't know if it really like plumps all that much, but I think it does, and it looks so pretty and glowy and neutral, and we love. So me and my sister are actually gonna do my hair really quickly. We're actually on a time crunch now. And then I will show you guys the finished look. All right, you guys, so I just finished the look. This is what it looks like. I literally love what my sister did with my hair. She just did a pretty kind of loose curl with this braid on the side. I'll insert like a ton of pictures from today, but I'm gonna give you guys a quick outfit of the day with my dress. So this is my dress. It's from David's Bridal. It is so pretty. It's this light blue with kind of this 1920s style beading on it. This is the look. I will talk to you guys later. Oh! Hi, baby. Hello. Oh! Yay! Guys, so it's editing Jade here, looking literally like a rat. But this video is already so long, so I actually am going to post all of my prom pictures over on my Instagram. So it's just Jade_Benward if you guys want to check it out and want to see my prom pictures. Sorry, I really look bad right now. This is rough. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I never really filmed an outro for you guys. I hope that this was fun to watch, even though obviously most of our proms did get canceled. But I just really still wanted to celebrate the day in some way, and it was so fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that video that my sister took of me seeing Evan and getting proposed to, because that was cute. And again, all of our pictures will be over on my Instagram, so make sure to go and check that out. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below, as well as give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it and want to see more. It means a lot. YouTube sometimes has my comments on and sometimes disables them, so if they're on, please leave me a comment, because I freaking love and miss reading your comments. Sometimes they'll be on for like the first 20 minutes of this video being uploaded, so I always am watching the comment section and replying to you guys, so make sure to check that out. Also, my nails are looking real ratchet now, and I don't have nail polish remover. I need to end this clip because it's just rough. But I love you guys, and I will see you in Sunday's upload. Bye, guys. Missing someone